Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 7, 2022, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the euro continues to show weakness on its lows. There's no major economic event scheduled for today. So as spoken on the Forex front, the euro trades lower. While looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ continue to somewhat gain. And looking at commodities, gold bounces off of its lows and oil steady just below at $100 a barrel. Now looking at the stocks, tech stocks on resistance as they're looking to make a correction on the downside. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin still on 20K, not moving higher and not moving lower. It's steady at 20K. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're looking here at a 4-hour chart of the Euro USD, and pretty much you could see it's bouncing off of this 101.70-ish level to 102-ish level, but just barely, okay? I mean, it is, for all intents and purposes, on that monthly multi-year lows. If we look at it on a longer time frame, you can see that a little bit clearer, but it's right there. So if it does continue to break, and especially if it continues to break 102-ish level, okay, 101-ish level, and then continue to break 1, then like I said yesterday on the Facebook Live, I think it's going to go even lower. Now looking at the GBP USD, also on its lows here, not doing much. It did bounce off of these lows, and the Aussie Dollar also looking like to solidify at the 67-ish level as well. So I do expect choppiness here. There is a bit of a resistance at this 30-day moving average, both on the Aussie Dollar and the GBP, which you see that we're very far away when we compare the two. So much more weakness on the GBP and the Euros part versus the USD than the Aussie Dollar, still remaining somewhat quote-unquote strong. Now looking at commodities, first looking at gold, it's now bouncing off of this 1734. It didn't hit our 1728-ish level, which is our Fibonacci retracement level, but it just came very close to it. You could see it right there. If we look at a daily, I mean, it just hit it just barely, and then trading at 1747. I do expect it to be between the 1747 and 1800-ish level. It may bounce all the way up to 1770, which would be somewhat of a halfway point between this breakout, the upper limit and lower limit. Crude oil trading at $98.88 after hitting $96. That is a retracement there. And if we look at the graph right now, you could see it just hit that 30-day moving average on a weekly chart. So that's something to consider. Maybe kind of choppy, maybe a point where it wants to bounce off of it. Now looking at the U.S. markets, first looking at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones has been trading at 31,086, solidifying here, okay? Not going higher, not going lower, between this 31,100-ish level and 30,000, let's say 329-ish level, okay? So 31,100. That's where it's trading at this moment right now. Now it is at the top of the range. If we look at the stocks, they're looking to start guiding downwards, okay, especially the tech stocks. So let's take a look at the NASDAQ right here, trading at 11,922. It gained about 200 points yesterday, okay, which is a decent point average. Now we're getting closer to her 200-day moving average, which potentially is a resistance-ish level. Now looking at Apple, did turn downwards towards the end of the day, even though it had an upwards momentum. If we look at Microsoft also, that also had that momentum, but gave it up at 267, which is a resistance-ish level. So I expect it to trade within these two levels and continue to trade there as well. Facebook also gained a little bit at the top of that range. If we look at that 4-hour chart, right there, 170-ish level, okay, that's potentially resistance level, okay, previous support, subsequent resistance. So keep that in mind, okay, going into today's session, okay, that's where I'd be looking to get into. Now looking at Bitcoin, really nothing to write home about. 20,271, been in a very, very tight range. If you look at a 1-hour chart, it's been somewhere between 20,500 and 19,900-ish level. So relatively, for the type of symbol that it's trading, it's still trading in a very tight range. For those that are long it, you know, maybe this is a reprieve to let you know that for now we have a bottom. Okay, so 20,000 is a bottom for now at least. But still, I mean, coming back from our 66,000 highs back in October, December time, this is a big step backwards, you know, so it does have a lot of place to make recovery. Okay, what I want to do highlight here on a multi-time frame level, this is support. That was previous breakout, and then this is a really important level. So it's got to sustain this level if we're going to see some sort of comeback in it. Okay, if it does break this level, I would say even with volume, if it breaks 18,000, then I would get really weary, and I would, you know, be more inclined to think it's going to go further down. Okay, so just keep that as an open door for you on the downside. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.